The news is live on Joy 99.7 and hits 103.9 FM in Accra. In Kumasi on Love 99.5 FM and over 30 affiliates across Ghana's 16 regions, including Shine FM Akachi, Radio Max Takrady and Ridge in Tamale. Get radio, TV and online content on the myjoyonline.com interactive app for Android and iOS devices. Coming up, 7 people confirmed dead after an illegal mining pit caved at Takosu site in the Brim North district of the Eastern region. We have details as 17 others remain trapped.
We managed to pull out some miners who were injured.
Also, NDC flag bearer John Mahama promises to restore revoked licenses of indigenous banks in the financial cleanup by the central bank.
We will give the opportunity for experienced banking hands who were laid off and needlessly to secure their careers once more.
Ghana City expected to record gains against the dollar and other major foreign currencies this week as the progress of IMF deal favorably impacts the market. Details on the Joy Business Report.
Also, socialite Hadja for Real said to be released and placed under home detention on a $500,000 bail after she was extradited to the US from the UK over her alleged involvement in a 2 million romance scam. I am Maame Esi Thompson. Thanks for choosing us. 7 people have been confirmed dead after an illegal mining pit in which they worked caved in at Kolete, Takoso site in the Brim North district of the Eastern region. About 17 others remain trapped with rescue efforts underway by residents. Correspondent Akwesi Jamna with our sister station Adom News, who visited the site Monday night, said 5 of the trapped miners have been rescued alive. Here's an eyewitness account of what transpired.
They are young men who are trying to make ends meet because of the unemployment issues. They had gone underground in search of precious mineral, but it caved in on them. When we arrived, they were underneath. So we first called the police and fire service because they are better trained to assist. We waited for about 5 hours and then decided to intervene. We managed to pull out some miners who were injured.
You heard Frank Owusu Amwa, an eyewitness. Away from that, the flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress, John Mahama, is promising to restore licenses of indigenous banks and financial institutions affected by the Bank of Ghana's sector cleanup. 5 banks and over 300 financial institutions had their licenses revoked over their inability to meet liquidity obligations and other infractions. Speaking at UDS in Tamale, Mr. Mahama said he will take steps to strengthen the financial sector.
To grow our economy and create sustainable employment for our youth, we will restore indigenous Ghanaian investment in the financing and banking sector. And we will create a tiered banking system that will serve various segments of the market. We will give the opportunity for experienced banking hands who were laid off and needlessly to secure their careers once more and move away from the menial jobs that they were compelled to take. As far as practicable, the banking licenses that were unjustly cancelled by this government will be restored.
Flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress, John Mahama. Now, the Majority Chief Whip in Parliament and MP for Tolon, Habib Idrisu, is warning that some members of Parliament who lost their bid at the weekend's NDC primaries will likely run as independent candidates in the 2024 general elections. According to him, the manner in which the MPs lost their seats will set the tone for the NDC to have a difficulty preventing breakaways in the parliamentary elections.
I wouldn't be surprised that independent candidates spring up from these constituencies, because looking at actually what went in there, you will see that there was a clear undermining of the sitting MPs. You see that there was a clear sabotage of the sitting MPs. And you could see that it was a plan well executed to get some of them out.
According to him, the call by former president to the 16 MPs to continue working hard for the minority side in their remaining years in Parliament will be a difficult thing to be adhered to. Away from that, socialite Hajia for real is set to be released on home detention to her aunt's New Jersey residence in the coming days on a $500,000 bond with GPS tracking via an ankle monitor, her lawyer and the prosecutor's office have confirmed. It comes on the heels of her extradition to the United States from the United Kingdom over her alleged involvement in a $2 million romance targeting older single Americans. So what are the charges against her? Legal correspondent Joseph Akable joins me in studio with more. Joseph, what are the charges against her?
And so there's wire fraud, multiple counts of money laundering and conspiracy to receive stolen money. Prosecutors beyond these charges are also seeking to have her forfeit properties she has acquired using what they believe to be the proceeds from these alleged crimes to the United States government. If such property cannot be found or is beyond the jurisdiction of the court, then the prosecutors want any property that she owns anywhere which is up to the value of the amount involved to be forfeited to the United States government. And so we know that she pleaded not guilty to these charges, and like you indicated, she has been granted bail, and so the matter is set to commence fully.
Thank you, Joseph. Now, to teach her pupils, a frustrated teacher who had no chalkboard to write after strong winds carried her chalkboard she bought for her class decided to be innovative. Matilda Dosola started what she calls air writing. She gestures in the air and her pupils also write down what they see. But how effective is this? In today's episode of Ghana's Schools of Shame, Jojo Kobna takes you to Kantu DA Primary School in the Wild West District, where teachers say the lack of basic learning tools frustrates them.
Strong winds and heavy rains pulled down a madhouse structure that served as a classroom in Kantu, a community in Wild West District of the Upper West region. The chalkboards were also destroyed. About 3 classes were forced to relocate under a tree. So the teacher in Primary 2, Matilda Dosela, tried to get another chalkboard, but that one was also carried away by another strong wind. Frustrated, she organized a PTA meeting, but the parents are yet to raise enough funds to buy plywood for the chalkboards.
There was a time we called for PTA, so they raised some small amount. But looking at it, it will not reach all the classrooms, and it's not each person that removed the money; it's the whole community. So we are still appealing to add more, so that we can get some plywood, and so that we'll be managing for the meantime.
Matilda has started something called air writing. This simply means gesturing in the air for pupils to write.
To write the letter A, slant the number 1 to the left and extend another number to the right. Now, join the 2 lines horizontally.
So this is our A. A B, enter. Enter.
Writing in the air for pupils to write is not only stressful, but also ineffective.
With this our condition, it's very difficult because assuming I was having all the facilities, I wouldn't have been struggling as I'm struggling. I would have just showed there would have been some objects. I'll even show that this is that.
And that was Jojo Kobina's report. Now to showbiz, rapper Chiame Kwame says he stays away from alcohol and drugs because he wants to remain conscious at all times. He's been speaking to Joy Entertainment's Kwame Datsi.
But all the alcohol I've drank in 47 years, if I should put it in 1 beer bottle, it will be like half. I don't drink alcohol.
You know, there is this perception that if you are a showbiz person, especially a rapper, a musician, you're exposed to drinks, how do you call it, weed and all that.
Yes.
Did you ever smoke weed?
I have smoked weed before, twice in my life. 1, 2. I didn't enjoy it.
How the experience?
It felt like, see, this is me. I want to be conscious. I want to be aware. I want to know what is happening around me. I want to feel what is happening within me. So everything that intoxicates me, I don't like. You know, so when I drank it, I became slow. I became boko.
Interesting then, that's rapper Chiame Kwame in an interview with Kwame Dadzi. And that's all for this package. You heard in our top story, 7 people confirmed dead after an illegal mining pit caved at Takoso site in the Birm North district of the Eastern region. Now, business is up next on the Super Morning Show.
So how your engine now? It is half man, half amazing. Thanks to Quartz and you can feel better energy. Can't touch this. Actually, guys, so Sancho's engine just died like that? Yes, so somebody managed to convince him that there is a better engine oil than Quartz, and he switched. Sancho Panza. Now, which engine oil can be better than Quartz? No other, my guy. Quartz with its age-resistant technology, it keeps your engine younger for longer. Now you know. Have you guys seen the new bottle design? It's superb. Quartz 9000 from Total Energies there improves fuel efficiency. Why do you think Mr. Mane and Logoso have taken the Quartz Nation movement World Cup like that? Sorry. Quartz. Keep your engine younger for longer.
Okay. If I leave work now, I can beat traffic, get takeaways for dinner with the girls, and be on time to pick up Sam and his mom from the hospital. Proud to belong to ABSA.
We know that life is go, 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 and that it's hard to make time for the things that really count. That's why with ABSA's digital channels, you can bank when, where, and how you want, so you can focus on what or who is important to you. Get things done simply with our digital channels. That's Africanacity, that's ABSA.
Life's battles during retirement are not won by the strongest. Sooner or later, those who win are those who prepare for it. Ensuring your future is your responsibility to your family and loved ones. Progress Trustees, a company that guarantees a cheerful life of retirement for both formal and informal sector workers. The Progress Occupational Pension Scheme, the Progress Provident Fund Scheme, and the Progress Personal Pension Scheme helps you achieve peace of mind during retirement. We also provide administration services for employer-sponsored schemes, including staff welfare schemes seeking to outsource their day-to-day administration of their second-tier occupational pension and third-tier provident fund scheme. Start your journey to your envisaged quality life during retirement by contacting us on 0504-368-048 on our website www.progresstrusteesgh.com. Progress Trustees, a joyous retirement begins here.